So you might not even know about robots files, or you might use them quite a bit. So just to give you an overview, you already have a robots file out there at the root level when you host your output. And what it is typically used for is to tell web crawlers that are searching across websites what to do. It gives them directions. And a lot of times you're just telling them, hey, don't crawl this output. I don't want you to crawl it. And you see this already in Flare Online. If you go to sites, and I've got 4 sites up here, meaning these are outputs which are being hosted up here on Flare Online. And if I open one of these, you can see that I have this particular output pointing to a particular build, online output build, and I told it set it live. Now, I selected this option, include in search engines, but if I don't want it to include in search engines, I would deselect that and save. So what that does is it gives that robots file that information to disallow web crawlers from crawling this particular output. Why would I want to do that? Well, as you can see, I've got version 1 of this online help system, version 2 of this online help system. So if somebody out there searches, say Google, for my output, I don't want both of these to come up because this is the more recent output, and that's why I did that. So as soon as I did that, that affected that robots file, giving those web crawlers that instruction. So it's very simple and it just kind of happens automatically without you having to get into it. But some people might want to have more control over the robots file. They might want to create more and more robots files and append them possibly to that default robots file so they really have full control over the directions that they are providing the web crawlers. And so here's what you can do. You go to sites and you come up here to security and you have content security policies and you have robots exclusions. So I can click over here on robots exclusions and I am going to create a new robots file in here. And I am going to call this, let's say, disallow special directory. The idea here is I'm going to maybe I have a directory in my output called special, let's say, and I don't want web crawlers to look at that directory. The others are okay, but not that one. So now I need to give it the actual content, to give it the information. So normally you want this at the top of your robots files, that thing right up there at the top. And now I'm going to tell it specifically disallow, and here's the name of my folder, special. And so each line, you can add more and more lines, whatever you want to provide it with. Okay, so I'm going to click save, and there is my new robots file right there. Okay, so now I can come into URLs, and this is the domain that I am typically using. There's also this one up here. And what I can do is click on that and say, edit this thing. And down here, and you can see my security update failed. This is something else, which I'm not going to deal with in this video. This is just for demo. It looks like it expired, but I'm going to come down here to security and you can see, all right, I've already got this default robots file, and this is the information being provided in it. And so now what do I want to do? Well, I have a choice. I can either append to this default one or I can replace it. And so let's say that I want to use both. And so I'm going to come up here. There's the one I created. I select that, come here. There's append to default. There's replace default. All right. So I'm just going to keep this one right there, append to default. I'm going to click save and it tells me it was updated. Close out of here and I'm all done.